it's Dr. Karen with this week's hot topic. Make sure you like this video, follow us on social media, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss another hot topic. So today I want to talk to you about FOMO. So if you don't know what FOMO is fear of missing out, and it refers to that feeling or perception that others are having more fun, either living better lives or just experiencing better things than you are in your particular situation. It is becoming more increasingly common and can affect you personally significantly and add to extra stress in your life. So it can affect pretty much just about anyone. So it's teenagers or younger adults, but some people are more prone to it and are at greater risk for it. So since the invention of social media, FOMO has really become more obvious and it's been studied more often. So now they're starting to find all these other effects. So social media has accelerated this FOMO phenomena in a lot of different ways. So it does provide a situation in which you're comparing your current life or your regular life to the highlights of others' lives. So it's kind of the FOMO if they're going on vacation or they're doing all these other things. So therefore your quote sense of normal becomes skewed, and then you seem to be doing worse than your peers, and then it just causes lots of stress and anxiety and depression, bad self-esteem. So there are a lot of negative effects of FOMO. And again, it's way more common than most people would expect. So they now have a ton of research on it because it's becoming so common. So they have found a lot of not so great facts about FOMO. So there's like 4 or 5 that I'm really going to focus on and kind of point out to you. So we'll start with the first one. So social networking sites, their increased use of social media can lead to higher stress rates caused by FOMO. It's also linked to a greater smartphone and social media usage. That's not necessarily the link that's associated with age or gender, so it's just more usage of social media. FOMO is also found to be associated with lower sense of having one's needs met, so as well as that lower feeling of life satisfaction just in general. FOMO has also been heavily linked to this one sounds weird, but it's linked to higher engagement in social media, as other studies have suggested. It actually appears that FOMO is linked to both a feeling of need to engage in social media, so you're always wanting that extra like or the comment or someone to acknowledge it, versus, and then from that you increase the engagement on the social media. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword that you're waiting for this, but then you want to respond to it. So it also means that FOMO and social media habits contribute to that negative self-perpetuating cycle. So it's kind of one thing leads to the other. So there are some potential dangers aside from FOMO, increased feelings of unhappiness, fear of missing out, can lead to greater involvement in unhealthy behaviors. Like, for example, because of that engagement that you want on those social media posts, they've done some research to show that FOMO was actually linked to distracted driving, which of course is not good. So now that I've talked about a couple ways of FOMO is bad for you, so how do you minimize that FOMO if you feel like you're really struggling with it? So again, here are a couple ways to help you reduce that. I'm going to talk about 4 in particular. So your first one is you want to change your focus. Rather than focusing on what you lacked, try and focus on things that you have. So you want to add more positive people to your feed, especially on social media. You hide people who tend to brag too much or who really aren't supportive of you. I've mentioned this on lots of other hot topics before. It's just really surround yourself with positive people and positive perceptions of everything. You can actually change your feed to show you what triggers you less. So your FOMO can make you feel good about yourself, especially if you're doing all those things that aren't triggering yourself. Another thing you can do is keep a journal. So it's more common to post social media to keep record of things that you've had fun doing or that you want to share with other people. And it will remind you after a year or 6 months, this is what you did. But you might find yourself, you're noticing a little bit too much about whether people are acknowledging you or validating your experience online. So if you feel like this is the case, you might want to take some of your photos and memories, put them offline, put them on your computer. Scrapbooking is one thing that a lot of people do. And just really keep that personal journal of your best memories. So you can either put it online, like I mentioned, or put it on paper. And keeping that journal can help you shift your focus from the public approval to more of that private appreciation for things that make your life great in general. So I've done another hot topic on like a gratitude journal, so that also would be part of that journaling exercise. Third thing you can do is actually seek out real connections. And I know some people that might seem very strange, especially in this world right now. You might find yourself seeking greater connection of when you're feeling depressed or anxious, and this is actually a really healthy habit that you want to seek out these things. So feeling of loneliness or exclusion are actually the brain's way of telling you that you want to seek out greater connection in others. You want to increase your sense of belonging. So when you have that FOMO, really the best way to break it is just make some personal plans. So make your own experience, make it fun. So that's the biggest thing. If you're like, I'm not so sure I want to do this, just make some plans, just reach out to somebody. And then the last thing that I'm a huge proponent of is focus on gratitude. So there's a lot of studies that show engaging in gratitude, so enhancing activities like a gratitude journaling, or really just telling others that you appreciate them and what you like about them can actually help lift your spirits, especially as those around you. So you're focusing on more positive things and you're not necessarily concerned about things that you're missing out on. You're just really focused on things that you're more appreciative and things that you have in your life. So hopefully you don't have any FOMO experiences, or I mean, everyone has that, but hopefully it's not turning into a crippling current situation that you have for you, or you always feel down or anything like that. So if you are suffering from FOMO and it's starting to become a problem, these are hopefully some good ways that can help you kind of reel you back into your normal life and not feel so bad about missing out on things. So that's all I have for you guys this week. I will see you next time.